Good morning. It's Thursday, January 2nd, and I'm here to tell you that in this new year of 2025, we in the United States are actually at war. Now, this is not an official war. This has not been declared a war, but the goings on in the Middle East are clearly a war. The U.S. military said Tuesday its forces had conducted multiple precision strikes that hit Houthi targets in Yemen's capital. And why? Why are we attacking Yemen's capital? Because the Houthis have attacked and launched missiles at U.S. ships and at other targets related to the United States. And the targets have been backed by Iran, the rebel that belonged to the Houthi group who are attacking American warships and commercial vessels are backed by Iran. And there is a video shared by the command that shows planes taking off and rockets being launched from a ship. So let's not kid ourselves to think that there's peace in the world. At sea, and sent the U.S. Navy into its first major fight of the 21st century. Now this fight is not on the water, but it's in the air, where the U.S. Navy reconnaissance plane 500 feet above the Red Sea saw the types of commercial ships the Houthis had targeted, and the U.S. ships, warships that were sent to protect them. We're not going to let the Houthis hold this strait hostage, they said. This region does not belong to them. So why? Why can we consider that we are at war? I'll tell you why. Because how many soldiers do you believe are in that region? Soldiers and sailors. Over 7,000. We have over 7,000 fighting men in that region right now. That's a big commitment. And a large commitment is needed there. Because this is the Red Sea we're talking about. One of the most important waterways in the world. 15% of the global trade flows through the Red Sea. And so it's extremely important to keep that waterway open. It's critical. And it's a commitment of the United States from a strategic perspective to maintain the free flow of commerce in that region. The Red Sea is about the size of California. And in the north, you have the Suez Canal, and in the south, you have the Gate of Greece. It has an Arab name, which I can't pronounce. So back to the war situation. The U.S. has added new airstrikes on Houthi targets in Yemen on Tuesday, and Israel has struggled to halt the campaign of regional assaults by the Iranian-backed militant groups. And the U.S. Central Command, which oversees military operations in the Middle East, said its attack struck targets in coastal Yemen and the capital Sana'a, including a command node and its facilities used for manufacturing and storing weapons. These operations, which also included strikes on Monday, destroyed radar positions and also destroyed many one-way aerial drones. So this is not a little mishmash here. This is a war. And this is not just an instant event. This is a year-long U.S. campaign aimed at halting ongoing attacks by the Houthi, which, as you know, is a de facto group working for the government of Yemen. And they have been attacking commercial ships in all of the waters around them for over a year. So this campaign has had an effect on global shipping and taken a major toll on U.S. allies that are relying on the related revenue from that global shipping. So there's money involved, and when money involved, it leads to war. The U.S. is not alone here fighting. Israel has launched its own series of airstrikes on the Houthi targets in response to the recent missile and drone attacks on Israel. Now, most of those attacks have been intercepted, but some have gotten through and hit some civilian sites. And they have sent millions of Israelis and others into the bomb shelters to seek refuge. Now, the Houthis are a rebel faction from Yemen's North Mountains, and they do not have a region of their own. They exist in pockets within the mountains, and they are a long way from the borders. So it's very difficult to go and attack them as an individual group. So this is a dire situation that the U.S. and Israel find themselves in. This is a war that could go on for a long period of time without any victory. And as I see it, fighting with the Houthis and fighting with these other subgroups that belong in the Iran universe, right, have to be taken apart group by group, or we must take Iran out altogether. And then maybe there would be more peace in the Middle East. Iran has to be considered the major driver of these wars, not these individual groups like the Houthi and Hezbollah and Hamas. It's Iran that is the real enemy, and it's Iran that must be punished. Now, I don't know how we do that. I don't know. And certainly, we can't leave Israel alone in that region, surrounded on all sides by enemies. So this is a conundrum of monumental size, and greater minds than mine have to come up with a solution. So I leave you with that. A war that we are involved in, but it had not been formally declared. And so who knows when this will end? This is the type of thing that could drag on for years. Anyhow, try and have a great day. Take care. Bye. Bye.